Hello and welcome back to Level Up Land 2. I'm doing pretty well with my chronometers there, 721, and that's after having, what, 9 keys? Let's, what we're doing for spells, that's fine. Let's go to base number 10, which is Kappaland. Let's see how I handle it without any grinding. Pretty soon it's going to get to the point where I'm going to have to travel on the sand. I mean, I've been able to travel on the sand anyway, but soon I'm going to have to, because I'm going to have to go through bases that are on the sand. "12" being the first one, I think. We've got 10 up and to the left here, and I think 11 is a bit further down. Now usually what you could do is you could, to help you remember, you could sort of devise a flag system. Where you've got like a pattern of flags to show where the different bases are. You could do that. The only reason I'm not is because I'm going in with the foreknowledge of where they are. Even if I do occasionally have a momentary lapse of reason, I suppose. Right, here we are. I'll replace Joker with Revive, should I? Enchantments are too good. I'll leave it for now, but I would like to, hold on, Poison, Radar. I'll change the twist and I'll put an Inner Demon on. That Rage's too good and that Refresh is too good for enchantments. So you could probably do with an Inner Demon, but I don't want to get rid of either of these. I'll leave it like that for now. Let's see how we do. Right, so Kappaland. This one. 1 second. So this one here, we go straight up and then we turn right as soon as we can. Oh, we've got 2 more enemies instantly, a Samurai and a Templar. And there has to be a monolith in the front. Oh, Restore All isn't going to be so neat. I need to regenerate all. I don't want a Chaos. Oh no. Oh no. No. Well, clearly we need to do some training. Again, got a good spell with Warren in terms of enchantments, but it's a bad spell, and he's already got what I need. It's a decent death. Actually, I maybe should have equipped Whitney with escape. That might have been an idea. I just wanted to get through. But it might be bad in the long run. Yeah, get rid of the Explode. And the Aqua Blast. And the Quicken. And the Holy Strike. You know what? I think it's time I'm gonna delete these Outer Essences now. It's a good spell, but because of how strong I am now, they're starting to outlive their use. So I'll just get rid of them. Yeah, because the strong enemies I'm coming up against aren't ones that are out on the field. They're the ones in the dungeons. Let's go and train in Dungeon 9. In Base 09. I forgot to unequip a demon from Whitney, but that's okay. It's up here somewhere. There it is. See, it's not so bad when you want to train in 9 to get to 10 because they're not too far apart. It's not like going to 7 or 8 to then train for 9. Yeah, what you don't want to do is you don't want to just, like, if you can't do a base, what you don't want to do is to just keep going there over and over again. So say like now I just go straight to 10 and I fail, then I get sent back to the helipad, and then I go and go straight there again, and then something kills me and I get warped back to the helipad. You don't want to do that because you'll be spending so much time fighting like hawks and ravens and balls and all that. Probably wasn't a good idea to rage with Warren there. I think I was a bit too hasty. Come on, call the monolith. No. It's alright. Oh, thank you, Joker. Kill it. Yes, nice. It is nice when you kill an enemy and then and then you can use a restore or a restore all. No. Okay, well this hasn't worked out. I think using that rage too early was a terrible mistake on my part, if I'm honest. Get rid of that death. Right, let's go back. Let's try that again. Hopefully I'm not making that same mistake I just talked about, just with an earlier base. Right, I managed to get there without any battles and instantly get into a battle when I'm in here. That's good to know. The monolith being in the middle isn't too bad. The drone isn't going to be too much of a problem. Yeah, don't rage yet, Warren. I'm not having very much luck with these chaoses. Joker, I mean, the Dex is, Joker isn't liking me much. Statistically, I should be having, on average, more decent Jokers than what I've been getting. Tell you what, Rage, Restore All. Ah, that was a nice little combo there. See, not only did the Rage kill the enemy, it also, as a result, made my Restore All more powerful. Of course, Restore All could have missed. I suppose Rage and Restore would work in that regard, wouldn't it? Because the non-all variations are 100% accuracy. Right, could do with an inner demon. This is going to be fine. If I can get it with a rage, then I'll just win. Yeah, well, there you go. I thought, well, I'm not going to lose at this point. I'm just unveiling this map for the sake of it now. 2 clerics and an ogre. Yeah, so offerings heals, I think. Oh. That wasn't a very good opportune time for a Restore All. Yeah, offerings just heal, but it's got a bit of a delay on it. I should have used a Regenerate All. Come on, Whitney, let's get that Regenerate All on. Very nice. A very nice Regenerate All. Yeah, I'm safe. I'm nice and safe. Goblin, Garuda and an alien. I don't want to poison the goblin. I will poison you though. And a demon with 2 enemies is still pretty decent. Of course, only when you're indoors. It's rubbish when you're outdoors. Oh dear. If I can get a Restore All or a Joker. Come on. Come on, Blake. No! Regenerate all, please? No? Right, so 1532, let's have a look at that. 1532, so which it goes down by 1461. Tsunami, shift, aid, quick, heal. Nah, there's a lot of rubbish. Tsunami. Did you get anything else? Get the Arca Strike. You. Quick. Shift. And you're fine. Should have changed your tornado up for something. Yeah, I'll put the death on it instead. I think that's going to be better. What about healing? Joker or aid? Should I actually put aid on instead? I think I will. It's a bit more consistent. I mean, overall it's the same amount of healing. But I think aid is going to be a bit more consistent. Yeah, so a random thing you might have, I think I've neglected to mention, but I should mention, that you might have noticed, the little animation that happens when you enter a battle is a reference to the first game. So like in the first game, you'd fight, say, an eagle, and it would say versus eagle on the screen, and it would have the versus eagle would be written over a blue bar. Will that flash? It's the same blue bar, it's the same sprite. Oh, I've got my encounter rate up. Well, actually, how high can I get my stats before I enter the place? Because I don't actually know if my stats have gone up much at all. Like, I'm looking at Warren's health there, that went up a bit. So maybe it is good to have my encounter rate up for my journey there. Okay. Oh, I've got a fair few tracks on as well. I'm at 160%. Come on, Warren, I want you to take out on that squirrel. Yeah, see, as those panels were moving away, you could see like the enemy sprites appear inside them. Really, the death wasn't powerful enough? Well, that's a shame. How far should I train to? I mean, obviously, I've only got so far unless something kills me. But if something doesn't kill me, then how far should I train to? Yeah, refresh is basically like sacrifice a turn to gain more options. So one thing with the way that enchantments work, every character has a base floor of stats. Do you get what I mean? So what I mean is, like, Warren has his own ratio of stats. Like, his health will always be equal to his strength multiplied by a single number. So the ratios remain consistent, and then you've got the enchantments which can alter that ratio. So Warren, I mean, he doesn't, but he can have more intelligence than strength if the enchantments dictate it, and Whitney can also have more strength than intelligence and all that. I mean, her intelligence is really high right now. It's 125%. Yeah, they're all at decent growth as well. It's very hard to... Although you can, it's very hard to consciously make decisions based upon the specific types of enchantments. Because usually what you do is you just keep stuff based on how many enchantments there are, rather than actually thinking about what stats you would want to rise, because in most cases it doesn't really matter that much. And the comparison that I've made before is... I should have used it in a demon. The comparison that I've made before is that it's like when I've played Borderlands before. Shouldn't have used in a demon then. When I've played Borderlands before, and you see the stats comparing different weapons, you get all these like green and red arrows, and sometimes it's just easier just to compare the arrows, and that's not a very good way to do it, because whilst in this game it's like a binary on-off, in that game the arrows can mean like a big difference, or it can mean a tiny difference. So that's the part that like attracts your attention, and I am aware that in this game it is just that number that attracts your attention. As opposed to, you know, the actual what's it called? The actual like enchantments themselves in terms of this game. probably going to make a big difference to you. But if you can pay attention to whatever it is that you've got, then I suppose that could be to your advantage. Alright, we've got an archer at the front, long shotting straight off, but it's at the front, and at this point it's probably not going to be that good. If you weren't on Blake, I could have used a nade to heal that. Generate all is, I'd say, one of the best healing spells in this game. So the damage numbers, as you can see, when you hit an enemy and the damage number appears over the enemy's head, or over your head, same with healing numbers. There is the X coordinate of the number is slightly randomized, so it could be like a bit to the left or a bit to the right. They don't all stack up directly on top of each other. And that was purpose. And I purposely made it so that the damage numbers themselves never overlap the enemy. So the numbers appear above the enemy rather than on top of them, if you get what I mean. They don't cover the enemy. Right, let's get a few hits on this and I'll death it. When it gets to about 300 maybe. It's a bit too late to get the full use out of that, I guess. When poison misses, it's like, that's a 90% that missed. And obviously 90% means it can miss. But it's just because the chance of it missing is low, it really strikes you as like a bad event, like a bad thing that's just happened. Good old Monolith, just sitting there at the back, devaluing my chaos. Yeah, so any spells I'm using now is just an attempt to kill it faster. Yeah, I'm just showing you random dead ends of this dungeon. Oh, look at that, it's a dead end. Right, come on, any healing spells? Didn't need them in the end. But in the end, it doesn't even matter. I don't even think that's that good of a song, you know, in the end. I think Linkin Park have got better songs than that. Yes, that's right. Inflict biological harm onto that metallic object. Ah, Ghost. How interesting. I don't recall ever fighting a ghost in here. It must be rare. I don't know exactly the percentages because there's so many. I mean, whereas with Level Land 1, the encounter rates was in like there was 10 slots, so it was multiples of 10%. But in this game, it's multiples of 100 slots, so it's multiples of 1%. So you can have tons of different types of enemies in one thing. Anyway, not information. History. Ghost. Ah, there's the one that was there. Oh yeah, and there was also Samurai and Templar. Let's have a look at them. So Ghost. Everyone thought that they had heard the last of it when the accident happened. This is just evidence that it really don't handle rejection very well. So I think the joke there is that the enemy that was intended for Level Land 1 wasn't a ghost, but something killed them and they're just holding a grudge. It's just that. Templar, he stands tall and proud despite being a reject. And Samurai, they were so close to making it onto the show that they even made it to the promotional material. Where else do you think Blake got his signature stance from? Yeah, so Blake, as you know, is a fan of Level Up Land, the TV show, so that's where he got his inspiration. What am I doing? I don't want to leave. I want to stay here. 3 clerics. They're gonna bolt me with their magic wands. Wands? Like staves. Rods. I don't know what you want to call them. Yeah, it's definitely not like a wand that you hold with your fingers in one hand. Well, you hold with one hand, but they are holding them with one hand. Like Whitney. Whitney didn't get her signature stance from those clerics. I will train for a little bit longer, not much. In fact, I might go after this fight. So 2 goblins and an android. Yeah, you just keep bopping me. Should I just go now? I think I'll just go now actually. I've done quite a bit of training. Got plenty of chronometers to go. 2 goblins and a triangle. So the idea with the funny story about the triangle. I originally designed it as a joke, but I just liked it so much that I kept it. And the idea, the reason, I mean, we'll have a look at the history in a moment, but the thing with the triangle is that my idea was that, you know, you get like RPGs and they've got enemies that are just like weird, like spheres, or just sort of these weird magical entities, like a very geometric, like you might get like a floating icosahedron and it'll have like a really funky name. I thought it would be good and funny to have something like that, but just call it what it is. Just say, yep, it's a triangle. Anyway, triangle. We all knew the draw an enemy for level up land competition was a bad idea. So yeah, the idea there is that they held a competition so that whoever, like, so they could draw like ideas for enemies for level up land and submit them, and they ended up getting ones from like 4-year-olds of just like a triangle, and so this is like this. Obviously, these are all the rejects. So this is just like they're all here. So you're fighting triangles. That's the lore behind it in the game. Anyway, I'm going to turn the encounter rate up, just because I'm thinking it's going to be valuable. I might miss the key this way, but it's going to be valuable to get experience. I'm going to keep it up. Now you can either go straight up, or you can go to the right, and you want to go to the right here. So, and you want to keep going right. Now this is sort of like a, I don't know how to describe it. Like see the, like this room's sort of like a square shape, but at a 45-degree angle. Long shot? Yeah, that's not going to kill, but oh, never mind. Yeah, there's like a 45-degree angle square, so it's all jaggedy. And there's at the corners, so up, down, and right, there's different paths. The right path for this one is to the right, and then when you get to the end, there's another one of those shapes of the same thing, and you want to go down. So you want to go right here. I've got a samurai, so I haven't killed yet. Glad we're fighting a duck though. That will help with the make the evoke nature a bit weaker. Megavolt. Yeah, that's not too bad now. Right. Yeah, see, Evoke Nature is going to be very weak now, and it's by itself, so... Druids! I'll tell you what. Druids have a pretty good presence in this game, don't they? You know, you can fight them right at the start, and you can kill them right at the start, you're strong enough to, but they're always a nuisance. And even up until now, you can fight them and they can still be a bit of a nuisance. Right. So you want to go down from here. But hey, look at that, Warren's over 2,000 health. Oh, a long shot from the back. Can I still kill them? Yeah, you can kill Blake. And a mech at the front. So that's a new enemy. Mechs, the lasers are pretty powerful, as you can see. Oh, we've got an archer at the back. Oh, that's a absolute wrong order of things. We want the mech at the back. So it didn't work out. But when I started this run, Warren had like 1,500 or something. Let's check. 1,600 grind, recover all, psychoblast, pyroblast. Aqua Blast, recover all, heal strike. No, not much. That's good there. Do you get much? You got the Tsunami, which is got no enchantments on, and go to the Pyroblast. Yeah, that's fine. Right, I'm gonna try that again. I'm gonna go to 9 and train up for a bit. But thanks to the experience I got from that last run, from that last warp cycle, I am at an advantage this time. I just got unlucky, I suppose. Like I said, I could have turned the encounter rate down so I could get through further, and I probably would have gotten the key. But I decided to take the risk and try to take advantage of the fact that I had high stats and I could get experience from the enemies, but it didn't work out. Right, let's just hang around here now. I can't say there's any particular good reason why you would want to have your encounter rate set to 100%. And you'd either want it to be at the highest or the lowest, I imagine, because that's the equivalent of having, I mean, that's closer to having control over when you encounter battles, which would necessarily be a good thing. Anyway, I'm not counting any enemies. Yeah, Warren's not been damaged to 8. There you go. Still needs a nice finisher combo there. Rage and then death. Nice monolith just sitting at the back there, doing nout. Making my chaoses less effective, so I'm not going to use chaos. No, actually, it might, well, didn't quite work how I planned it. But I was thinking, if I can chaos at least then the siren can hurt it with sting, and I have confidence in my own ability to defeat the siren anyway, so thought it might just speed the battle up a bit. And Archer hidden behind 2 goblins. So while these goblins are bopping and laughing at me, Archer just stood there aiming. See, a rage can one-shot an archer because I've seen Warren do like 700 damage with rage. So a big error that I made with this game that is more apparent, that's far more apparent in this game than it was with the first one, is how it's the disparity between how strong enemies start off as at the beginning of the game and how strong they are later on. Because in this game, as you level up, it's not just your health that levels up, everything levels up. So you've got your as soon as you're about to die, yeah, you've got your yeah, there's Blake gone. Oh no, I should have restore rolled. Oh, please don't tell me that I'm gonna die in here. I mean, what can you do? You've got chaos. Restore all, regenerate. What's going to be best? Regenerate all or heal? I don't know, but I'm getting loads of restore alls. I can win. It's a bit of a nuisance, but it can be done. Oh well, no. Inner demon, age restore. I think I'm relying so much on these two spells for Warren that it might be in my best interest just to delete everything else. Right. Let's give that another go, hopefully with a bit more success this time. There is a chance I'll end this episode having made no progress on the keys, no progress on Chronofax, just my experience. So one thing I should mention that you might find interesting is that the way that damage works in this game, every character and every enemy, like during a battle, I encounter it, has like a ticker that rolls up, as it were, and that determines like each point of damage. So if it's got something with poison on, like every so many like instances on this ticker will have like a number assigned to it, whatever the damage is, and it rolls up, and then when it hits the top of the roll, as it were, it then like hits. And when you use attacks, and when the enemy uses attacks as well, even ones that have like an instant effect, it's all very much based on that ticker. So it'll put a number on the end. Like if you're using like say a regular physical attack or like a spell that just works straight away, it won't just do the damage. What it'll do is it'll put the number on the ticker, and the numbers that it does is relative. So say if for example you've got an enemy that at the same point of the ticker heals itself as something else hurts it, then the number that pops up, you don't see both of those numbers. You just see the sum total of it. Say if two enemies attack Whitney at the same time on the exact same frame, the number that will pop up is the total amount of damage. Now the reason I mention that is because I noticed then when I used Rage with Warren, it did, like, the damage number for the elf was a tiny bit lower than the damage number for Warren. That's not because of the that's not because Rage did a little bit less damage, it's that the elf's bless was going on at the same time, so it sort of cancelled it out. So again, interesting little tidbit. Yeah, I'm having good luck with these healing spells in this battle. Yeah, I think Regenerate All. My favourite healing spell in this game, it's either Regenerate All or Outer Essence. Well, I'd probably say Regenerate All is probably better because Outer Essence has a limited lifespan to it. Yeah, so 25 times 10 times 3 divided by 2. So that's like the potential, well, yeah, sort of the, if you've got all your characters alive, that's how much it does. Of course, it's got the downside of being slow, which can also work as an upside, you know. It can, the slow uptick of healing can actually work in your favour, because if you've got a character who's on full health, it can, the healing being delayed means that it can be taken advantage of if that character gets hit throughout the process. Right, so I know I'm not as strong as I was last time, but soon I'm going to take a gander, not a gander, is that the right word? I don't know. Take a bit of a trip over to Capeland and give it a go. See, death there did 626. So I could death this Garuda at, you know, almost, well, at what it was when I was starting that sentence. Oh, and a leprechaun. And it's going to vanish. So I think a leprechaun has about 250 health. So I think at this point in the game, if a leprechaun was to appear at the front of the queue, even if it was to charge up and vanish first time, there is a chance that I could kill it. Right, I know I'm a bit weaker than last time, but let's... Should have just pressed A rather than S to scroll over to that thing there. Archer's long shotting from the middle. Oh. A lot of damage, but I could probably mitigate that somewhat with Regenerate All. Restore All, it's still a bit too early in the fight. Aid instead. Oh, nice chaos. Yeah, so when I get this cleric down to 400, I'll try deathing it. I did exactly 400 damage. It's interesting. Well, it's a coincidence. Yeah, using Inner Demon outdoors. Thing is that I can see it being feasible in this game. The Inner Demon, there could be a point where using an Inner Demon on an enemy using Inner Demon outdoors is a good thing to do. Well, here's a combination I'm not sure I've ever seen before. Is this just gonna kill me outright? I'm gonna die outside from 3 archers? Yeah, I got to a point where I got to that point where I'm just like, I can't be dealing with you. Rage, and then just for the sake of getting a bit extra experience. Anyway, so today I have made 0 key progress. Isn't that wonderful? We've got a death, an outer essence, an analyze, holy strike, pyroblast, holy blast, decent arrow strike, but again it's arrow strike, so no. Get rid of outer essence, get rid of that aid. Now you've got quite a bit. You've got quite a few demonics that you can't use. But they're alright. How's the refreshers okay? Let's get rid of Regenerate. And that one as well. I see that Regenerate All is... I like the spell, it's just not got good enchantments. Get rid of Recover All. I'm not keen on Recover All. Holy Strike. Get rid of it. Okay, you've got a lot. They're both good. Restore All. You get a bit of the heal. And that restore. I think that tornado... Let's get rid of that death. You're right, you're on 16 there. Pyroblast actually, and Aero Strike. See now, Quake. What's interesting with Quake is if you can figure out an area where there aren't many flying enemies, you might be able to make good use of that. There's one dungeon in particular I'm thinking I'm thinking base 14. I might be wrong, but I'm thinking with base 14 there's no flying enemies apart from maybe the occasional hawk, but they're hawks, so who cares? So Quake might actually be pretty decent. Of course, Inner Demon is better 100% for 70 inside a dungeon, so I suppose it's like Quake is like a backup plan for Inner Demon in that one particular dungeon. I don't know about other places. Something I would have to think about. Yeah, but yeah, Holy Strike and Holy Blast, get rid of those. Blake's not necessarily keen on those holies because, well, he's so limited on his angelics. He's so limited on his angelics that he don't want to preserve them for healing, presumably. Although it would depend on the enchantment, and I suppose you could use Joker if you really needed to. I mean, you don't need to have all characters with healing. I mean, I don't have Warren with any healing things equipped. He's just got Refresh and Rage. But yeah, it's because the enchantments are so good in comparison, but I might have to think about moving his spells around. Anyway, it's been no progress today in terms of actual, progression in the game. Ah, mech. Forgot about that. Right. It may appear to be a hunk of junk, but those pieces actually come in quite useful. Its arm is also a gun. Talk about frugality. So yeah, I got no keys this episode, I got no chronofax, I just got some experience. But saying that, I think it was good in terms of, it's still good to, it's still progress, it is what I'm saying, it's still an advancement. I haven't done nothing, it's still something. So, thank you for watching, I'll see you all next time.